Hi, welcome back to 1/6 RC Tank Workshop. Today I'll be back to working on the Armortek 1/6 scale Early Tiger. While at the Armortek Open Day, I picked up some of the parts I needed from Armorpax. In this video, I show you the Armorpax German tool clamp set. I'll show you how I go about assembling the clamps and how I use the clamps to fit the tools to the hull. Then we'll move on to the track hangers also produced by Armorpax. I'll show you how I assemble the hangers and also how I fit them to the turret. And finally how I securely fit the track hangers to the turret. Here we have some parts I picked up from Armorpax. A couple of tool clamp sets. They have clamps in various sizes. And also white metal hangers for the tracks on the turret. Here we have the etched German tool fittings from Armorpax. It gives you a number of different sizes of tool fittings. And also parts this would be to fit an axe, a shovel, and then various end stops. Hammers, etc. would have these to hold them in place. So let's cut some parts off the fret and get to work. The kit does come with fairly comprehensive instructions. So these are 4x4mm clamps, 5x5mm clamps. These ones then are 9x6mm clamps. This one. Down here is another one. And these are 11x11mm clamps. I like to put them on a hard surface to cut the parts off. So here are the components removed from the etch. I've cleaned them up a little bit with a small file. And you can see the bend points are already etched into them. I'm carefully bending them over on the joints. Getting them nice and square. And this is the first part. This will screw down onto the deck. The tops. And here's the top section. This part will clamp around here. It'll be necessary to put a slight curve in the top of this. soldering isn't really necessary on these parts, but I feel these joints here could be a little bit weak, so I like to just put a little dab of solder on. That should hold them a bit more secure. And also the small latch, just in this corner joint. I think it'll give it a little bit of extra strength. No soldering really necessary, but I like to just put a little bit on just to strengthen the part. Okay, so here are the parts I've made so far. There's 4 basic standard clasps. I'd say they would be good for shovels and hammers. And then there's slightly bigger ones. This would be good for the axe and I would say the wire cutters. And then there's also 2 smallish ones. I can't see what use they would be on a Tiger. And then there's 2 very small ones as well. I haven't even tried to make them. I don't see any use for them at the moment, but maybe on a different vehicle. They're a bit smaller than these ones. And then we have the axe holder. I've already got one fitted, but I'll show you how to make it. So this is how the axe holder looks. And to secure everything together, I'll just put a little bit of solder along the joint here. And that's it done. So here are the clasps I've made up. This will be for shovel, hammer. On the rear we have the crank handle, maybe for the snow shovel. This will be for the wire cutters, and this will be for the axe. Here you can see some of the clamps. They open with a quick flick. Close again. And here are the clamps on the axe and shovel. And also the kit axe holder. I've also used the clamp on the wire cutters. Here you can see the pry bar. It's got one of the kit clamps and also one of the stoppers at the end. And This is the other part I made myself, the cover for the rear engine deck. Here on the front glasses, we can see more clamps added to take the snow shovel. The front one I've raised slightly. And here you can see the crank handle for the inertia starter. It's got two of the clamps fitted here. These are the 11 by 11 again. The crank handle I made myself. In my last video I added the track cables, so I've now painted those fittings. I'd just like to say thanks everybody for subscribing. There's been a lot more subscribers recently. Keep those subscriptions coming. Here we have the set of track link holders for the turret of the Tiger 1. These are produced by Armorpax in white metal. They're nice castings. They even have some casting numbers. This would be two-part. You need to drill out the hinge, and Armorpax do actually supply a hinge pin, but it's white metal. I wouldn't use that. So I had some 10BA countersunk screws. I drilled out to 1.8 millimeter and 1.6 millimeter just here, drilled through, and they have the required movement. I think they'd be much stronger. It will require a little bit of drilling in the turret, but we'll have a look at that. Also, mounting the tracks onto these, they're not very secure, so I'll show you how I mount them in a secure way. Here you can see the mounting points for the Armortek track holders. They're not the same though as the Armorpax, so we'll need to drill new holes. This is the old type turret. I don't know what the new type turret has, but the holes are a little bit small, so I'm just clearing them out with 3mm drill bit. A little bit of super glue and a nice snug fit. Well, I was using the holes for the Armortek fittings and they're in the wrong place for these track fittings. I had them super glued in, but of course when I tried to take them out, the little stub here broke away, but that meant the holes were filled as well. I've now fitted them in place with screws rather than relying on white metal, so much stronger. I've located the positions for the Armorpax fittings. These were the fittings for the original Armortek, but the Armorpax fit in with this white metal lug, and I've drilled new holes, 3mm holes, and I'll just super glue them in place, and they have their movement here. Here you can see the track link in place on its hanger. The hangers have some movement, but they don't really retain the track so well. So we'll have to find a way to fix the track link in place. I've drilled a small 2mm hole in the track link, and I've marked a spot on the turret wall where I will drill a 1.8mm hole. This I'll thread for M2 and hold the track link in place with an M2 countersunk screw. Having tapped the turret for M2 thread, I've now attached the track link with the M2 countersunk screw, and it's really secure. No problem with the tank driving. So here's the track hangers in place. 5 on this side, 2 on the other side. They're quite secure, so they won't fall off while driving. It's just one screw. It's just one M2 screw holding each in, and they're not noticeable. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. To finish off, I'll put up a few photographs of the work done in this video, and I'll put up some links to other videos on the channel.